Oh no. Alright, I got sound, I can't get camera. I thought I had everything. If I'm getting sound, I got it hooked up right.
Oh, this is so much better.
No kidding.
We got internet?
We're hooked up, everything's good to go. I just can't get the camera.
Sorry, how to help you get all this set up. I thought Rosh told me we were up there.
This is where they told me to come.
For me.
Yeah. Hey. Alright, so I got camera hooked in, it's into the back. I got the YouTube and everything up and running. You hear sound on your end, so I got something right, I just can't get the video up. Yes. Okay, this is on the live stream. Let me get, nope, I'm on OBS. You see a little eyeball anywhere?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Johnston City High School cheerleaders and the Johnston City High School flag team members.
There we go. You got, check it now, see if you got it. I got it on the camera. Check on your end.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand as the Johnston City High School band, under the direction of Lexi Liggins, honors America by performing our national anthem.
They are both muted. Okay. Okay, so what did you guys do to fix that? Yeah, and I didn't touch anything. Yes. As soon as the anthem's over, I'll try to mess with it here in a second. That's what I'm thinking. I'll mess with, here, see if you hear anything now. Are you hearing anything now? Okay. Okay, what are you hearing now? Okay. All right, I just now heard myself in the headphones, so there was a delay here. Okay, so are you... I kind of messed with some stuff. I'll keep talking for just a second here. Can you hear... Do you hear... You hear me? Do you hear everything or just me? Okay. All right. All right. Call me because I probably won't hear a text if something goes on and something goes wrong, okay? All right. Thanks, Luke. Bye.
Johnson City High School Band, cheerleaders, and flag team members.
Do you hear me? You talk.
Got me?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bearcats football. We are in Johnston City tonight to take on the 1-0 Johnston City Indians. It's really good to say that they are versing the 1-0 CZRE Bearcats. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that, and very excited for this season. With me tonight, I have Skylar Stevens. He's going to be with me on the road, and Luke is going to be taking care of business with me on the home games. Skylar, how you been doing?
It's good to be back. I'm excited. Like you said, 1-0, all ready to start the year. Great showing against El Dorado. Last week. I would say in the past, a lot of our teams, maybe they folded or they've given up and got down, and that just was not the case last week. And so we completely, attacked and went after them. And I think tonight's going to be a true challenge. Johnston City's ranked 8th in the state.
Yes.
And they're loaded. They've got tons of talent. They've earned that ranking. They have a new head coach, but, they're not as big, I would say, physically, like their linemen as we're used to seeing. But when I was watching them warm up, their linemen look very strong and very fast.
Yes.
And as you and I both know from last year, number 22, Jace Weaver, revolves around him.
Yes.
Welcome to Johnston City High School for week 2.
All right, we're about 4.5 minutes out from kickoff here at the Indians field. They're getting ready to do some lineups. We'll kind of pause here for just a few seconds. Hopefully, we have all of our technical difficulties from last week ironed out. We got Luke back home. He's kind of listening and checking out on us to make sure everything's running right.
At linebacker number 4, Johnny Gaddis.
This is one of the few places that still do national lineups.
Team lineups, yes. I think it's nice. It recognizes the starters. You do it in basketball. You do it in other sports. I think it's a nice gesture for both teams.
Yes. I think this game also is going to carry a lot of weight for Coach Rude because, this is his, when we think about Coach Rude's, where he got to start, a lot of his success. We know he coached at Anna, he coached at Marion, coached at Vienna, coached at CZRE. But when you kind of associate Coach Rude's name, it always goes back to Johnston City in the 90s. You think of the Bad to the Bone years. I mean, my brothers, myself, friends, everybody we know, we've all played, against him at Johnston City. Mm-hmm. So for him, coaching his alma mater and coming back to where he kind of really put his name out there as one of the better, coaches in Southern Illinois, it's here. And so I know he's going to want to come out, have a good, strong showing.
And as I was walking in and bringing up all of the gear, I dropped something, went to pick it up, and a gentleman stopped to help me. And as he's handing me this stuff, he says, "Tell Mike I helped you out." So his name, his legend here is unspoken. This town has a lot of respect for Mike Rude, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. You mentioned that the Indians do have a new head coach. Todd Thomas takes over as the head coach. He was assistant coach last year. Last year's coach, his name slips my mind at the moment, but he had stepped down, wanted to spend a little more time with family. However, he is still on staff here. So a lot of the concepts, a lot of the offense, it's not changed much.
No,
so
you're not going to see much change. And like I said, they're running through the Johnston City defensive players. But as I mentioned, some guys you want to key on. Number 5 right there, he'll have an impact in the game.
Yeah, number 5 is Wyatt Curley. He's a defensive lineman, 6'1", 190 junior.
Yep. And you can see we'll probably actually have some size advantage on our line compared to last week.
Yes.
Our issue is going to be speed because these guys are going to get off the ball quick.
Yep.
So can our bigger linemen that maybe aren't as fast, but can they get off and get hands on these guys, open up some holes?
Yes.
And the other thing I think we honestly need Tripp's leading the conference in Trip Fletcher's leading the conference in rushing.
Yes.
I would really like to see that complimentary piece to him emerge tonight.
Yeah.
So Tripp can take kind of a breather when needed rather
Yes.
than us having to solely rely on him.
You're exactly right. And another important thing there is the fact that with Tripp leading, they're going to be focused on him.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of focus on him tonight. So is that going to be an opportunity to pull out some more of the play action pass, the rollouts for Gabe Savita, or not Gabe, but for Elena Savita? Is that going to be an option, or are we going to really focus on trying to pound the ball again like we did last week?
Yeah. Now, as we know, this is going to be a tough challenge. So, like, if you're to say, hey, what's your keys?
Yeah.
If you're the Bearcats, avoid the big play.
Yes.
Don't give up the big play. We didn't last week against El Dorado.
Yeah.
Now, they drove down on us. They scored, but you want to try to control this clock. So, keep Johnston City, if they're going to have a scoring drive, keep it to a long drive, no quick responses, and then for us, it's also going to be run the ball, control the clock. Try
Absolutely.
to keep this a low-scoring game if you can.
And we have to focus on, again, like we mentioned last week, you have to limit your penalties. You have to limit the big plays for sure. You you have to stop those. And they are an explosive team, and that's just going to be a challenge tonight.
Yep.
Getting ready for kickoff here. The Bearcats are getting ready to receive. Last week we had Landon Butler, who returned the kickoff for a touchdown. This one is a squibber. It's going to go to Schlake. He's out at the 30. Reverses course. He gets around the corner. Breaks it back up the middle. Finally brought down by number 59. That is Jesse Pugh at the 39-yard line for the Bearcats. So good field position to start the game.
That's a nice start, good return. As you can see, your CZR Bearcats, if you're watching, they're in the polar bear uniforms, the all-white pants, white helmets, white jerseys, and then Johnson City's got the all blacks on.
Yeah. It's color rush night, it looks like.
Color rush, trying to make this. They try to make this place as intimidating as possible.
Yep. Leo Tucker is split out wide far left. You have Butler and Fletcher with the handoff. He's got a yard at most on that play. There's a run play right up the middle, and just not much room for him right there.
CZRE is 33, Trip Fletcher. He stopped at the 40-yard line by a tribe of Indians. 2nd and 9 at the 40.
A big contrast as far as the offensive and defensive line from last week. Last week, I don't think they had a guy smaller than 260.
No.
And this week, I see one guy that's probably about 240.
And we saw that even in their JV game. They just El Dorado had big kids.
Yeah. Fletcher with the carry again, going to the left side. He picks up about 2 on the play, driven backwards. Number 10 is Wyatt Henderson, and number 76, which is Noah Pollard, on the tackle for the Indians. Going to bring up 3rd down, and it looks like about 7.
Your lineman, so you're asking, you got Noah Brown, he's a senior, he's your starting center.
Yes.
And Noah Wilson at guard, a junior. Brogdon Mitchell is a guard, he's a senior. Noah Casey's your left tackle, a senior, and Parker Hoy is your right tackle, a junior, and Brody Mitchell is one of your tight ends, a junior. So still got some youth out there.
Leo Tucker split wide left again. It's a fake reverse. It's going to go to Schlake. He's met by number 33, who is really fast. He broke down 33, which is Marcus Litzen. He broke down on the play, did not give Schlake any room whatsoever, and then just closed on him and made the tackle. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 7 for the Bearcats, and punt team is coming out.
Jace Weaver back to receive the punt.
That was a good feeling out series. You know, we tried to hammer inside. Not much there. Went outside, so we'll see how things go.
Logan Jackson with the punt. It is a high end-over-end punt, and it's going to take a backwards bounce. Finally, Logan Jackson is the one who actually knocked the ball dead out of bounds. It ends up being about a 11-yard punt. The Indians are going to take over at their own 49-yard line.
That's that artificial turf for you.
Yeah.
That looked like a great punt, and I was like, man, that's going to roll, and it just kicked right back.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have the same problems last week as far as giving the other team the ball midfield on multiple possessions. It's hard to defend for the defense to hold when you're only having to play half field as far as the offense goes. Two wide receivers far left split out for the Indians. The motion back, he's the one that gets it. That's number 22. Makes a couple cuts, picks up about 4 on the play. Number 22 is Jace Weaver, the one that Skylar had talked about earlier in this game, and he's going to be the offense. He's going to be the one that they focus on. They're going to mix in here and there some other plays and some other players, but he's their go-to man.
Scored 3 touchdowns against us in their first quarter last year.
Yeah.
You can see the speed. He's a bowling ball, but bowling ball with speed. Like once he gets all his momentum going.
Yeah.
There's only probably maybe 2 guys, Gage and Tripp, who I think could actually chase him down.
Yes, I agree with you. He's quick and he's very powerful. Weaver again, he kind of follows his blockers up the left side. Pickup of about 10 on the play. Good for an Indians first down. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 37-yard line. 8 minutes and 38 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Johnston City's got that unique offense where the quarterback tosses it back and he spins back around. He's a lead blocker. They're essentially only throwing multiple guys through the hole to block.
Same exact play 3 times in a row here. 15's the ball carrier this time. That is Aiden Sims. Pick up of close to 10 on the play. Gage Slakey on the tackle for the Bearcats. It is good for an Indians first down. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Skylar, if we can't stop it, why stop running it?
Yeah,
they've run that exact same play 3 times in a row.
Right off their left tackle.
They run that double wing, and the right side wing back is just a little pitch, and off to the races he goes. It's a fake to him this time. It went up straight up the gut to number 30. Number 30 is Cooper Evans. He brings it all the way down to about the 7-yard line, so another first down for the Indians.
There was a lot of misdirection. I even lost track of the ball on that one. And 4 guys out, 4 new ones in, so trying to keep fresh bodies.
Yeah, this is more of our goal line defense here. We're totally focused and selling out for the run on this. Double wing once again for the Indians. Pitch to number 22. Once again, he weaves his way through and for the touchdown. Seven-yard run for Weaver. He just got on the back of one of his big linemen and just kind of danced his way all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, we really on that drive got no push from the defensive front, and then it's up to your linebackers and your safeties trying to make tackles. And so I imagine they're going to, Coach Rude, he's a good man making adjustments. I imagine they're going to make a few adjustments here and there, and hopefully.
Quarterback keeper this time on the 2-point conversion. That's Trey Johnson. 7-17 here in the first quarter in Johnston City. It's the Indians 8 and the CZRE Bearcats nothing.
Well, while we got a kind of timeout in the action, if you've noticed on our screen here, something new, our sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors, and they're scrolling across the bottom left corner. You can see them all. They're all proud supporters of Bearcat Athletics and CZRE football. So, again, you're going to see them scrolling throughout the game. They're all local businesses. We really ask that our community continue to support those businesses. And, again, thank you for all your guys' help and assistance in supporting CZRE football.
The touchdown was a 7-yard run by Jace Trey Johnston. The drive took 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Just got the word back from Christopher, from our man Luke. He says that everything sounds great on our end, other than the two voices. Can't help that. It's a short kickoff by the Indians, number 22 for the Bearcats. That is Jackson Gaddis on the recovery. It was another squib kick. I think Johnston City watched film last week as well from our game last week, and I don't see Landon Butler getting anywhere near a kickoff.
No. That's unfortunate, but that's good scouting.
Yes. Bearcats 1st and 10, taking over at their own 28-yard line. Got Leo Tucker wide. You got Gage Slakey. And it looks like we're going to have some offsides on the Indians.
An offside penalty against the Indians. A 5-yard penalty will move the ball.
Bearcats were getting in motion and moving around, and I guess the Indians just kind of jumped over and made contact, so instantly that's a free 5 yards.
We'll take it.
Absolutely. 1st and 5 from the 33-yard line. Spida with the snap. It's going to be Landon Butler trying to find some room. He dances around a little bit, picks up to about the 40-yard line, but there is multiple flags on the play. And it looks like it's going to be a holding against the Bearcats. And there went those 5 free yards that we got. We're going to back it up and end up losing 5 out of it.
And like we said, those are the mistakes we've got to try to clean up. You get a positive on 5, you get a good positive run, and you just shoot yourselves in the foot with a holding penalty. And that has been that's been one of our biggest problems over the last couple of years is holding.
Yes, I agree.
We've just got to clean that up. I mean, I remember last year it seemed like there was one half where we had like 7 holding penalties.
And last year we had a lot of them that were totally away from the play. They were on the backside, had no bearing on the play whatsoever, but they're still a penalty.
Yes.
So that is a spot of the foul penalty, 10 yards from the spot. It's going to bring the Bearcats back to their own 25-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 14. 6:48 here left in the first quarter. Savita under center. He takes the snap, and it's going to go to Schlakey going around the left side. He's moving around, finding room on the edge. He's got a corner. Finally driven out of bounds by number 6. That's Caden Keening. Correction, it was Johnson for the Trey Johnston, number 11 for the Indians. Looks like about a pickup of 7 on the play. Still going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Bearcats.
We got timeout.
And we have timeout for the Bearcats. That's the first of this half for the Bearcats.
That was a good 1st down run, though.
Yes.
Because it makes it 2nd and somewhat manageable.
Yes.
And I think what you're seeing, Johnson City's front, they got 5 down linemen, and it even looks like they're walking up a linebacker, and they've got their 2 inside linebackers. So they're really stacking the box.
Yes.
And they're either doing one of 2 things. They're trying to force us to run outside, which we just saw Gage do, because they're going to say Trip Pletcher's not getting anything up the middle, or they're going to force it to eventually – they're going to have to turn the ball into Savita's hands. And he's going to have to throw the ball because, eventually they just keep cheating up, not respecting the pass. And we saw last week, his passes were on the money.
Yes, it
Receivers
was.
made great catches. And, I think we'll see a little bit more of the run game, but I think you're going to draw them in, maybe a little play action, something like that.
Yep.
And we're going to get some wide receivers involved.
And you're going to have to run some play action of some sort just to keep them honest. Bearcats coming back out from the timeout. Got 6:32 here in the first quarter. It's 8-0 Indians. 2nd down and 5 from the 33-yard line. It's going to be Landon Butler coming around the end this time. He's met by number 22 for the Indians, Weaver. Pickup of maybe 2 on the play.
1
This is a big third down.
Yep.
You're about halfway through this first quarter. You want to build some momentum. You want to build some confidence. And to me, this is one of those, you pick up the first down, all right, let's get some momentum, let's get things going. So it's early, but this just seems like the way Johnston City moved down the field, this is a big one to get.
Yeah, I agree with you. Gage Slakey on the carry. He breaks one tackle, makes a move. He's got the yardage for the first down. Pickup of a solid 11 on that play for Slakey. Good for Bearcats. First down.
That's a key one. And you know what we're starting to see? I think that's Gage's third carry.
Yep.
There's that complementary piece that we knew we're needing.
Yep.
And, okay, now some of that focus comes off Tripp. Now we got to start focusing on Gage.
Yes.
And before you know it, now Tripp's got a little more room to operate. So that was an excellent run, big first down to get things going.
And by that run right there, like you said, the last three possessions have gone to Gage or to Landon. Both of them last year was key elements in our passing game. This year, under Mike Rood, they're being looked more toward our running game. So there is a difference mentality even for the players. Butler on the carry. He is met for a 1-yard loss. Looks like number 5, Wyatt Curley, in on the tackle for the Indians.
Didn't have anywhere to really go on that one.
No, he was met. Curley was there. He was supported by a couple other Indians there, and Landon just didn't have anywhere to go.
Second and long. This is one of those downs right here. I would love to see maybe just a pass, even if it's getting your tight end in the flat or one of your backs or a screen.
Yep.
I would like to see. This is one of those downs right here. I wouldn't be surprised maybe we go to a pass.
Frankie Guerrera is checked in for the Bearcats. He's out wide. Inside handoff, I believe that was Tripp Fletcher. Picked up about 3 on the play. He's going to bring up third down and about 8 for the Bearcats. Ball at the 49-yard line. 4:03 left here in the first quarter. One of Coach Rood's philosophies, get 4. Every play you want to get 4 yards. Right now we're kind of borderline. We're getting 3. We had a couple big plays. So, that's the goal here is just to get – we need 4 yards every play.
Yes, and what it's done too is you want to complete this, but if not, you've given a chance to flip the field.
Yes. It's going to be a pass. Savita's got Frankie Guerrera open. Decides to keep it. He's dancing around, and finally he is smacked hard. Brought down for a tackle, number 55. That is Colin Hermits. No gain on the play. I thought he had Frankie open there for just a split second. But then again, as you're scrambling, those receivers are a little harder to see than what we can see it up here. Looks like Logan Jackson's going to be back to punt once again. He had a good punt last attempt. It just a bad bounce, and it came right back to us. Low snap. He gets it fairly good. This is a lot better spiral kick this time, and it takes a Bearcat bounce.
Good coverage.
There we go.
Punt return for the Indians is 22, Jace Weaver.
Weaver on the carry, or on the on the return, and Johnny Gaddis was there to stop him. I think Bryden Huey was in on that one as well. Our Gunners got downfield, made a good tackle, made a good open field stop right there.
That's what we needed. We needed to get a good punt off, flip the field. Now Johnston, they had to go 50 yards last time. Now they got to go 80.
Yes.
And we want to hope. Let's force a turnover. Let's see what we can do here.
For the Indians at the 25.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 25-yard line. 2:36 left here in this first quarter. Quarterback keeper on that one. Pickup about, looked to me like it was a busted play, the way he spun out of there. He still was able to pick up 5 yards on it, though.
As people can see, I talked about their line, our line. I mean, we got some pretty good size. Chris Monteith, Parker Hoy, Xavier Miller, you know what? We got some decent-sized defensive linemen. If they can just clog those holes, just clog them up and let your linebackers flow make the tackle.
Inside handoff, number 11. He's broke a couple tackles. He's got one man to beat. Landon Butler's giving chase, drives him out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Huge gain for the Indians. That double wing and all of the misdirection, it is so hard to figure out. A lot of Coach Rude's is similar, but they're doing the double wing. The Weaver, he starts in motion right before every snap. He gets that running start when he gets the handoff, and you know that they're coming at you one direction or the other. You just got to figure out which direction it's coming. 1st and 10 for the Indians is a quarterback keeper following his big lineman. Finally, he just pushes a Bearcat out of the way, and he scrambles in for the touchdown. That's number 6, Caden Koenig, the quarterback for the Indians.
You know, and here's the thing. These last couple plays, it's all seniors.
Yep.
It's seniors who were all starters last year. It's juniors.
Yes.
And they're just giving the ball, and it's just like, hey, you know, this is what you expect.
Yep. Well, this Indians team is state ranked. I believe in Southern Illinois they're the number 1 team, if not one, then one of the top 2 teams in Southern Illinois. And there's a very good reason for that. This is a very good coach. This is a very disciplined team, and they are worthy of their rankings. 2-point attempt of conversion fails. A pass attempt to number 5, Wyatt Curley. Brings our score to 14-0 here in the first quarter. 1 minute 40 seconds left.
Like we said, we knew they were going to come out. As we would say, Johnston would come out, try to punch you in the mouth, put the game away early. Yep. Now's the time to respond. Whether it's returning this kick, getting a deep return on the kickoff, whether it's putting a couple of first downs, you know, maybe even putting yourself, we got a kicker, you know, even putting points on the board. You know, this is where in the past, you know, CZRE, well, now it used to be CZR, but now, you know, adding Elkville, so I don't want to include, but in the past, we've kind of just always laid down, like, oh, the game's over with, it's 14. This is where we're going to see growth. We got to see a response here.
Yes.
We got to see what these guys are made of this year, you know, because there's going to be, this is the toughest game we're going to face all year. Toughest team. You know, let's start to see how we respond to this, you know.
As you said, if we get punched in the mouth, we got to get back up, and we got to keep trying to fight. So Schlakey and Butler are deep for the Bearcats. Trip Fletcher and Leo Tucker left side. Goes to number 4 for the Bearcats. That's Johnny Gaddis. He rightfully falls on it there at the 27-yard line where the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10. 1:38 left here in the first.
You know, he's doing what he's told because they're instructed, hey, fall on the ball, get a swift kick. But you're always so tempted. Like, get it. Can you get 5-10 yards before all the defenders head downfield?
Bearcats come to the line of scrimmage. Savita under center. Fletcher is the lone back. Motion comes Landon Butler. It's the handoff to Butler. He breaks it outside, picks up some yardage, picks up about 4 on the play, maybe 5, driven out of bounds by number 11 for the Indians. That's Trey Johnston there for the tackle.
He has got sneaky moves. Like you think, I mean, his feet and the way he can cut.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's why he ran that, touchdown back last week.
Yes.
And he's got a lot of talent, and we're used, like I said, we're used to them receiving. Well, now they're your skill players, playmakers. You're just putting the ball in their hand and be like, hey, here's a pitch. Hand off to the right. Go make something happen.
Frankie Guerrero split out left for the Bearcats. We've got Johnny Gaddis in the backfield along with Trip Fletcher. Trip was the ball carrier. He was driven backwards. number 66 for the Indians. That's Logan Moore. Loss of, looks like about 2 on the play maybe. They're calling it a no gain. Looked like the sticks moved a little bit for me, but 14-0 here in Johnston City. 1 minute, 8 seconds left. 3rd down and 6 to go, and we have another timeout on the field.
You know, this, as we're watching this game kind of unfold so far, you know, we always say games are won and lost in the trenches, and right now that's where it's being dictated. You know, that last play, that last tackle was by one of their defensive ends down there, or defensive tackle, however they shift him, and he met Tripp before Tripp could even get to the line of scrimmage. Yep. So, and then if you look, you know, when Johnston City's running the ball, our safeties or our cornerbacks are having to come up and make the tackles. So right now we're not getting off the ball as quickly as, you know, maybe we would like to see, and that's the adjustment. That's the game is, you know, a game inside the game is, you know, how's your line? Do we need to make adjustments? We need to shift here, shift there. This is what they're running. So, right now their defense, their offensive and defensive lines are definitely winning the battle in the trenches.
And I know part of Coach Rude's game plan is to control the clock, try to get the tough yardage, but at some point we're going to have to throw the ball. And I understand the incomplete pass is going to, if it's incomplete, it's going to stop the clock. You can always take a chance, but I think we just have to have a pass come our way here real soon. Gage Slakey was the handoff. He's strung out far to the right side. Pursuit drove him out of bounds. Looks like he's got a loss of probably about 4 on the play. Weaver was in on the tackle, so no shocker there that he's in the middle of everything. Going to bring up 4th and 9 for the Bearcats, and Logan Jackson back in to punt once again.
You just can't teach speed.
No.
And Johnston City has tons of it.
They have a lot of speed, and they're powerful as well. Athletic trainers coming onto the field. I don't see anybody down unless it's on the Bearcats sideline. That's where she's headed, to the Bearcats sideline. She was on the Johnston City sideline, so trying to get over there as quickly as possible, and they stopped the play for her to get across. So action's getting ready to resume here once again. Logan Jackson is going to take the punt. It's a high snap, but Jackson handles it. Good punt, spiraling kick. Lands at about the 50, gets a good Bearcat roll all the way down to the 40-yard line, and it is picked up by Frankie Guerrera for the Bearcats. Indians are going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. 48.9 seconds left here in the first quarter.
You know, it's never easy on your season either when you get the number 8. You know, you had such a hard-fought 48 minutes, you know, of a football game, and you draw the number 8 team right after that.
Exactly.
You know, it's never a –
Weaver. Weaver on the carry once again. Pickup of about 6 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 for the Indians. Ball sitting at the 47-yard line. Clock is running, 25 seconds left. There's about a second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Indians are coming to the ball, so it looks like they're going to attempt to get this one off before the end of the quarter. Double wing for the Indians once again. And I even lost track of who had the ball on that one. Looks like number 33 for the Indians.
Lightson.
He had a good pickup of about 7 on the play. It's good for a Indians first down. So that's the end of the first quarter here in Johnston City. The Johnston City Indians lead 14-0 over the CZRE Bearcats. We're going to take just a short break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. All right, welcome back to Johnston City Field here in Johnston City, Illinois. It is the start of the second quarter. The Johnston City Indians are leading this one 14-0 over the Bearcats. Start the second quarter, and the Indians are in possession of the ball. It's sitting at about the 47-yard line of the Bearcats.
First and 10 Indians, the Bearcat 47.
Handoff inside this time. It's the big number 33, Lightson, on the carry. He picks up a solid 7 yards, brings it up to the 40-yard line for the Indians. Second down and 3.
You know, week 2 is also when you kind of start to find out a little bit more about this. You know, you see how teams are competing against each other in the conference, and it kind of gives you a read of, like, okay, Johnson City beat Carmi 46-8. You wonder, is Johnson City really that good? Is Carmi struggling? And then we can just come out and tell, like, you know, Johnson City is
that good.
They're that good.
Yeah. I don't think we've had a tackle for loss in this game. I thought Lightson was the ball carrier. It ended up being Caden Koenig. He came out of nowhere with the ball. I couldn't even see it. He breaks it up the right side. Good for an Indians touchdown. If it's that difficult for you and I to spot where the ball's at up here, I know it's got to be even more difficult down there to spot where who's carrying the ball.
You know, I do want to say, you know, Johnson City's environment here is impressive. You know, they've got and I know it's a newer facility they've built in the last decade, but, you know, they've got the motorcycles that come and escort the cars, the blow up the helmets, the fire trucks.
The crowd is into it. They got the cowbells. They got little cheers that all of them are participating in. Number 15 on the 2-point conversion. That's Aiden Sims, brings it in. 2-point conversion is good. Brings the score for the Indians to 22-0 over the Bearcats. 1 minute and actually 51 seconds rather into the second quarter.
But, you know, they've got, we talk about they got the flags, cheerleaders, the bands over here in the section right below us. You know, they've got the end zones covered. They do the best they can out here to create such an intimidating environment.
Yeah. And, you know, in all honesty, this atmosphere reminds me of a lot of our 3A schools that are in the area. Your Bentons, your DuQuoins, your Cartervilles, the atmosphere, the support, and just the style of football that they're playing too. Well, I mean, they're smacking us in the mouth right now.
I mean, and I'm not trying to downplay their basketball program, but their football program has ruined their basketball program because they have, you know, they're playing so late in the season. Basketball's a late start. A lot of these kids are focusing on football, lifting year-round. You know, their basketball program has suffered as a result. And you could say this is 100%. This is a football town.
Yes,
they're all in about it. You know, you clear your schedule on Friday night. You're watching the Indians play. I would like to see, if they squiv it, I would love to see Gage or Landon come up and scoop it up.
Yep.
And not have one of our middle guys have to get it. And let's just see what we can
exactly
make something happen.
And we got Tripp, and we got it goes deep. It goes to Landon Butler. He drops it but picks it back up. He's trying to find some room heading to the right side of the field. The Indians are stretching him out. Finally, he's initially hit at the 25, but contact forced him back, and then the Indian defender drove him all the way back to the 20. Not sure if they're giving him forward progress on this or not. And it does appear they're going to give him the forward progress on it, but he was met at the 25 and driven all the way back to the 20 on that.
Yep.
And unfortunately for him, he had nobody in front of him blocking.
No. It looked like he was trying to outrun half the team.
Yes.
You're running for your life. 1-on-6 is not fun.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Ball at the 25.5-yard line. 10:57 here in the second quarter, rather. Savita under center. You got Butler in motion. Handoff inside to Trip Fletcher. He kind of makes a move or two. Depending on spot, it looks like he might have picked up a yard on the play. I know Tripp is a very powerful runner, and we saw that last week against El Dorado. He was just hard to bring down. Right now, the Indians are not giving him any room whatsoever inside to run. I'd kind of like to see him try to bounce one outside because he is a very fast runner as well.
Well, I think what you're seeing is the difference between El Dorado D lineman and Johnson City. We talked about size.
Yeah.
El Dorados weren't as quick as these Johnson City defenders are, so the whole run-through is closing a lot quicker per trip.
Fletcher once again, and he's met by number 6 at the line of scrimmage. It's Koenig.
That's your quarterback.
Yeah, that's the quarterback for the Indians, and he also plays linebacker. And, he made the tackle on that play. He picked up a maybe 2 for Fletcher. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Bearcats. Ball is sitting at the 29-yard line.
You know, last week I was working the chain gang. We're going to take a timeout here, but it's our last one of the half. But it's a good chance. I was working the chain gang over there, and it was a 3rd down play, I believe. And the El Dorado head coach, who is a super friendly guy over there, it's like, I would love to know when he's going to run one of those famous Mike Rude screen passes. Maybe he'll just tell me. And the very next play call comes out, and we ran that beautiful screen pass for a touchdown.
Yep.
The way their linebackers and their D linemen, I mean, they are not really respecting anything to the out. They're just flowing in. Now would maybe be a good time if you could, because they're getting through. Run that little screen pass. See what you can get. See if you get somebody out there.
And I think we did try to attempt with the rollout pass in that first quarter. It appeared that we had a couple of receivers that might have been open for a minute. Savita's got to get rid of the ball a lot quicker than this Indians defense is swarming, like you said.
Yeah.
Against El Dorado, we had time to find that perfect spot. If we're going to do that, I think it's got to be a quick hit and try to pick up some chunk yards. You can't go for the home run on this. You got to pick up, get your 4, get your 4, get your 4. .9:43 left here in the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 6 on the 30-yard line for the Bearcats. Savita is looking to pass it, and he's got a man. Gage Saleki on the nice catch. He actually took the ball away from his teammate, Frankie Guerrera.
He mossed his own teammate,
He
right?
sure did. It was a nice catch by Savita, but if he didn't catch it, Frankie was going to.
I will say this, to me that was a heck of a pass to get off because
Yes.
he immediately had defenders in his face.
Well, he had big number 66, Logan Moore. He was in hot pursuit, and he was coming strong. And Savita did a good job. He got rid of it in the right time. Found 2 open receivers. One of them came down with it, Schlakey. Big gain for the Bearcats. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. And that's what you got to see, Skyler. We got to get the ball moving forward, obviously. But here comes Butler, it looks like, Slakey, rather. A little end-around action. Pick up a 4 on the play. Seems like that's where we're having our most success on the running game. The misdirection coming from the wingback's side, running opposite direction. that seems like we're getting our 3-4 yards of carry out of that.
It seems like Gage is having the most success.
Yes.
Right, as far as right now running the ball, I think he's probably even leading us in carries.
Got a score from the Cesar, Valier, Waltonville, and Hamilton County game. Cesar is up 14-0 over the Foxes. We get closer to halftime, and we'll pull up some scores and let everybody know what's going on around Southern Illinois. Savita handoff. It goes to Butler. He's trying to find room. He busts open a good little hole. Brings it out to the 40-yard line. Depending on the spot, it may be good for another Bearcat first down.
That run right there is what I really like about Landon Butler, because that was one cut, foot in the ground, downhill.
Yep.
And we talk about 4-4. You know, that's Coach Reed's philosophy. Whether you got 4, you got 4. Now you only need 2 here.
Yes.
And not even a full 2 either.
Yeah, it was spotted just short of the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be about third and about a yard and a half for the Bearcats, sitting at the 41-yard line. And they've moved, I didn't know if you noticed, they moved Fletcher out to the wingback in this possession. That was thrown before
Offside,
the snap.
So that's going to be a first down.
We got a first down out of that one. There we go. There we go. First down, Bearcats.
First down. Ball's moved to the 36-yard line.
That was Hunter Hammonds, too, on that carry, who, you know, plays a lot of mainly defense, but he's going to get a few carries. He's a junior. But that would have been a first down.
Yep.
So, I mean, regardless whether it's by penalty, we would have had it either way. Hammonds remains in the backfield there, too. So.
Yep. Fletcher's out in the backfield as well, and it looks like Butler in the wingback. It goes to.
That's Hunter.
That was Hunter Hammonds once again, yeah.
Okay.
And he picks up about 7 on the play. So what'd you say earlier? We got to find some complementary runners to go along with Tripp, and we're starting to see Butler starting to show up some, and you got Gage Slakey that's showing up, and now Hunter Hammonds is starting to show up.
That was a good hard. He's not going to make cuts.
No.
He's going to go forward, barreling ahead, and drag some people with him if he can, which sometimes that's what you need. So I really liked that run by him.
Fletcher and Hammonds in the backfield once again, and it is Butler in the wingback possession. Once again, Hunter Hammonds. He's hit about the line of scrimmage. He's driven all the way from the right hash mark all the way out of bounds. He just kept pumping his feet, and the Johnston City defender just kept fighting with him the whole way. Maybe looks like about a 1-yard gain on the play. It's going to be third down and 1 for the Bearcats, sitting at the 26-yard line of the Johnston City Indians. So we've marched this ball down. We started at the 25-yard line, our own 25, and we're sitting on the Indians' 26-yard line right now.
And this is kind of control the clock, run the ball, move the sticks. That's a first.
Yes, that's a first down right there. Was it Hunter Hammonds again? It was Hunter Hammonds again. That's 3 straight carries for him and pick up a 3 on the play. Good for a Bearcats first down.
That's what you like to see. You know, I mean, Coach Root saw, hey, positive yards. I'm going to keep going back to him.
Yeah.
946. See Mrs. Mummert at the press box. You've won $132.
Unfortunately, I don't think that $132 they just announced was yours or mine.
No.
Hammonds and Fletcher in the backfield. You have Leo Tucker wide, and you have Landon Butler as the wing back. Ball goes to Butler, and he had a hard time deciding is he going to go inside or out, and in the meantime, the Indians defender just wrapped him up and drove him down. That's number 0, Callan Carnes for the Indians, and it's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. Brings up second down and 13 from the 26.5-yard line. 4:20 left here in the second quarter. Johnston City Indians are up 22-0 over the Bearcats. But we put a good drive together.
This is
we're moving the ball, and we have an opportunity to put points on the board here.
Well, this is what I think Coach Rude wanted to do from the onset.
Yes.
Was put some first downs together.
Just had to
run 7-8 minutes off the clock.
And we just had to find the right combinations. Who are they not focusing on? Savita drops back the pass. It is caught by Frankie Guerrera. Good for another first down. Bearcats driven out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Nice play, Landon Savita and Frankie Guerrera.
The ball is spotted.
We talked about that response. Let's see how we respond. We know we were down 22-0. You going to lay over, or you going to fight back? And
yes.
We're seeing that fight.
Yep.
Of like, yeah, we're not going to give. We're not giving this one up like we have in years past. Hunter comes out. Probably needs a break.
He's earned a quick breather here, but he's also earned some more playing time on the offensive side of the ball. Fletcher and Butler in the backfield. Leo Tucker split wide left. Ball goes to Tripp Fletcher up the middle. He powers his way up for about 3 on the carry, brings it up to the 10-yard line, it appears.
I would honestly say their game plan all week, when they watch game film and they know it from last year, and they probably even know it from his freshman year, was got to stop 33.
33.
I mean, Tripp's been rushing the ball since he was a freshman, and they probably know that. If we're going to get beat, let somebody else beat us. And but you know what? You still got to give Tripp the ball.
Yep.
Because he's always got that opportunity to break one every play.
They gave him 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 8 from the 11-yard line for the Bearcats. Fletcher and Butler once again in the backfield. Schlakey is wing back. And it's going to go to Schlakey on the end around. Number 10 hits him at about the 7-yard line and drives him all the way back to the 12. But that's going to be forward progress. And it's going to be a good 5-yard pickup for the Bearcats.
Okay, do you know what I liked on that play, but we got to get more to do it. When Gage got hit initially, I saw Noah Wilson fly up there and try to push that pile.
Try to push the pile.
We need every lineman rallying and trying to push that pile. It can't
Yes.
be, one's not going to push that.
And, you know, in my mind, I've been watching that. Teams seem to want to stop once the play is past us. And as a lineman, they have got to continue the play. They got to pursue just for that very reason. If we had a couple linemen pushing, who knows what could have happened. Leo Tucker out wide left. It looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. And this is going to be Johnston City's first charge timeout of the quarter, of the half rather. 2:18 left here in the second quarter, 22-0 for the Indians. Bearcats are sitting at the 6-yard line, is that correct? The board says 7-yard line, so we can still pick up a first down out of this as well. So it's 3rd and 4 from the 7, so we can pick up the first down first, and then we can try to drive it in.
You've got at least 2. I mean, you're 4 down. You're not going to kick a field goal. I know a lot of times you say, "Well, just get some points on the board," but when you're this close, you're going to try to punch it in.
I agree.
Give you a little momentum. If you can punch one in here, score, get your extra point, make it 22-7. You know, you head in with a little momentum, knowing, hey, we can score on these guys.
Yes.
And our defense has just got to make a play at some point.
Yes.
Whether it's a turnover, you know, maybe they themselves get a penalty and it helps. Whatever we got to do. Right now, Johnston City's playing mistake-free football.
3rd down 4 at the 7-yard line.
Well, Coach Sherrill and Coach Rude, they have found something that has been working, and you know that they're going to keep going with what is working right now. And right now, to me, you're having success with Hunter Hammonds. You're having success with Gage Schlakey. Right now, Hunter's in the backfield. He's the lone back behind center. And it's going to be a keeper by Savita. He's looking to pass. No, he's going to try to get it in himself. He's pickup of about 3 on the play. It's going to be close to the first down, though.
I think we're short by a yard.
About a half yard, it looks like, depending on the spot. Let's see. Yep, you're right. It's about a full yard. So it's going to be 4th down and 1 for the Bearcats. Ball is sitting at the 4-yard line. Got to get to the 3 for the first down. I'd love to get
Tush Bush or Hunter Hammond. Those are
no
your
kidding.
Those are your only 2 options.
Yep.
Hunter's your biggest back, and he's the one that is getting the most, I would say, straight up the field yardage.
Yes.
But let's see. This is a big play. This is really the big one.
Hammonds and Butler in the backfield. You got Schlakey at wing, and you got Leo Tucker out wide. Indians are going to take their second timeout. They're going to talk about this. And you know the Johnston City coaches are sitting there thinking, we have got to stop number 8 at this point. They're seeing the same thing you and I are seeing.
My guess is Johnston City will come out in that goal line defense. They're probably going to stack as many bodies as they can on that front line. But who knows, this may be sometimes where you think that they're going to key on this, they're going to load up, go goal line, and you run some type of, I'm not saying a trick play, but maybe like a reverse or just something that catches them completely off guard because they are expecting Hunter Hammonds up the middle.
Right now, it'd be an awesome time if we had a little slant play, pass play in our arsenal to Leo, just straight across slant. Get in front of that defender, that secondary defender. That would be a nice look right now. 1:22 left here in the second quarter. We're in a timeout. Johnston City's second to timeout of the half. 4th and 1 for the Bearcats. Ball sitting at the Indians' 4-yard line. Bearcats have driven the ball downfield. They started at their own 25, taken probably a good 6 minutes off the clock as they've done it. An impressive drive. It's been a very gritty drive.
But you got to see the
payoff. Yeah, right here we got to see the payoff. We got to get 1 yard. Johnston City is stacking the box. They got everybody up in the line. It's going to be Hunter Hammonds. He's met in the backfield. He's trying to fight, but he's driven down 2 yards in the backfield. And the Bearcats are going to turn the ball over on downs. It's going to be Indian ball, 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line.
That play was blown up.
Yep.
From the moment it was snapped, I sat there and watched, and our whole right side was just pushed completely back.
We were pushed back, and
there was nowhere for him to go.
No.
I mean, that play is designed to go right up the middle. When the middle is completely clogged, he had no choice but to try to bounce it out. And you know, Hunter just doesn't have that type of speed to elude to the outside like Gage or Tripp does. But that is like I said, trenches. That game was that right there. That was a battle that was won by Johnston City.
And there wasn't just one Indian back on our backfield to meet him. There was multiple. So, well, not the ending that we wanted out of that drive. It was a good drive for the Bearcats. Just couldn't punch it into the end zone. Now the Indians look like they're going to just knee it down and get through the halftime as the goal here for them. 1:06 on the play clock. They can get this down to about the 32-second mark and take another knee, and that'll be the end of the first half.
That's such a frustrating inning because such a good drive. We were passing.
Yep.
We used different running backs. You know, we started to get some momentum, and it just, you know, like you said, it's second. You know, you're at third and 4, 3rd and 3, and you just, it's like when we tried to put the game away last week against El Dorado. We were struggling to get those last tough yards.
Yes.
And
all right, so we got about 24 seconds left here in the first half. The clock teams are leaving the field. No need to snap to end this quarter. At halftime, you're going to have the Johnston City Indians up 22-0 over the Bearcats. Give me just a second here, and I'm going to pull up some scores from around the area. And that was the end of the second quarter.
CZRE Bearcats nothing. And don't forget to visit the junior class concession stand located at the east end of the field. Athletic training services and sports medicine coverage are provided for tonight's game by SIH Sports Rehabilitation. 2 innovative sports medicine programs from the SIU School of Medicine and the SIH working together to take your game to a higher level. JC Indians Athletics.
All right, finally got technology to work on my side.
Indian Athletics. Call SIH Sports Rehabilitation at 877-656-4999. Perform better, recover safely. We will have the upcoming upcoming schedules for the middle school and the high school in a moment. First,
All
let's hear
right.
from the Johnston City High School Band.
Let's start off here. We have Murphy 20-0 over AJ. That's halftime. In Chester, in Pinckneyville, it is 24-7. The Chester Yellow Jackets over the Pinckneyville Panthers. Pinckneyville was one of those teams that had a great victory of their first game out against Red Bud. But the talk was kind of similar to what you said earlier in the broadcast, that was it a Red Bud team that was not very good, or was Pinckneyville just playing so much better? And I think we got our answer there, because Chester's easily handling the Panthers at this moment. In Heron, it is West Frankfort Redbirds 22-0 over the Heron Tigers. We have the Benton Rangers are 35-0 over Robinson. In Carbondale, it is 23-14 Rams over the Terriers. And in Nashville, the Carterville Lions are up 14-6 in the second quarter over the Hornets. Nashville's a state-ranked team. So that's going to be an upset if the Lions can hold on to that one. The Susser game is now Susser-Valere 14 over Hamilton County, 14-8 in that score.
It's one of those, Chuck, like we talked about. You don't know. You don't know about Hamilton County. I mean, they played a tough team. We know that they talked about numbers with Hamilton County only having about 20 kids. Mm-hmm. Susser, we know they lost a ton of talent compared to years past. They're still a very good team. So that's where, your conference is going to shake out a little bit.
Yeah.
Here.
I didn't see any scores from any of the other conference teams. Don't know about the Flora. I don't know anything about any others than what I had said. The app I am using, that's all that was listed at this time.
I know I don't know if, I know a lot of people maybe tune out during halftime, but we both get a lot of text messages throughout the game and things like that. And some of the comments that people suggest, or they're like saying, hey, this is what I'm saying. A lot of it boils down to this, like, we're struggling with the lines. That's right now, and I think everyone sees that. So that's the toughest part of this, because last week El Dorado's offensive and defensive lines were a great matchup for our linemen. It really was, because they had some guys that, they may have been bigger, but they weren't as quick. The defensive front, the way it lines up, we were able to open holes. And granted, I know Johnston City, like we talk about, they're state ranked, they're as good as they are. They're going to be a matchup nightmare for any team in this conference. But the difference we're going to see right here is strength and speed. Yeah. And they have both. They're beating us off the ball, and even if we are, I believe, getting hands on them or trying to block, they're able to shed those blocks. Mm-hmm. I mean, when your defensive linemen are making tackles and your
the backfield,
and your linebackers are just kind of standing there like, I don't have to do anything. Yeah. And right now that's right now where we're struggling. And I know we got, and honestly, I was looking at the assistant coaches over there, and you got lineman mentality. Coach Bays, he's an all-South lineman. Kenny Wilson he always tells me he was everything, but the greatest line. But you've got linemen over there trying to work with these linemen. They I know these coaches see it too, and so
Coach Davis
is
played college football as well.
So they're working on those issues, probably trying to get them sorted out here. So, like I said, this is just a tall task, and the biggest thing you wanted to see, last week, Coach Reed's message was, and I was talking to Kane about all this. I said, what's the message that coaches are saying to you? And he said, in the streak. They repeated it. Let's get this win. Let's get this headed in the right path. I didn't really get a chance to talk to him about much this week, but I would imagine that Coach Reed's was like, compete for 4 quarters. Don't collapse, don't give up that. And I will say this, for that half, we competed all the way. There was never a point where you really saw, like, as frustrating as it is, I get you're looking at the scoreboard 22-0. We've all been there. At some point playing a game, it's hard to keep yourself positive, motivated, but they look like that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it is exactly. And the best thing that came out of that half of football is, like you said, we got shoved around, we got smacked in the mouth there, but then we came back out, we didn't fold. We came back out and said, all right, this is how it's going to be, and we went and we grinded out some tough yards and moved the ball very successfully down the field. We didn't come up with the score out of it, but that's just credit to the Johnston City defense, and goes back to what you had said about that line and being able to control the line of scrimmage. So some positives to take out of it. Definitely got some things on the defensive side of the ball that we've got to clean up. But then again, like I said, this is a process. This is not an overnight a success story that we're going to have to earn everything we do.
I think we're not only from last year.
No.
0-9 to 9-0.
Yes.
Coach Rude come in and he knew what he was looking at. He knew there was some talent here, but at the same time, like I said, we're not going to go 9-0 this year. We knew that coming in.
Yes.
It's going to be work. You're still learning his offense and things, but he's trying to teach these kids something. The ones that he's got now, because this is going to be something that week 5, week 6, we're going to maybe be down a little bit. How are we going to respond when if we're down against Florida?
Yes.
If we're down against Cesar? Those are going to be games that I think we can compete in.
I agree. And we should be able to stay in those games, if not come out on top like we did last week. So, again, it's a process that we've just got to work through, and there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be a very large learning curve that we're going to have to just have to get used to here. So, again, when in situations like this, we just got to try to find the positives and kind of build on those. And I think the coaches did a really good job. They found the positive things that were working, and they're building on them. And, they're making their adjustments down there on the field as we speak, what they're seeing, what needs to be done.
And that, what I like I'm seeing, I'm watching some of the coaching staff. I know now they're all back huddled up, but at one point I saw Coach Bays have a few players. Kenny had. I got to start calling him Coach Wilson. I can't help it. He's Kenny, and then I've seen Coach Root over there.
Yep.
Coach Sherrill's down there talking. You've got guys trying to really work with certain kids and address maybe certain things that they're seeing, rather than one coach just getting up and giving a rah-rah locker room speech. It's like, okay, what am I seeing that I'm going to try to work with and fix?
Yep.
And and a lot of this is too. We talk about newer players. We talked about Hunter Hammonds carrying them. Hunter Hammonds did not play anything other than when he was in 8th grade, he played JFL 1 year. Mm-hmm. Didn't play his freshman year, didn't play his sophomore. This is his first true year of football, and he's having a good impact.
Yes.
And I saw Chris Monteith. Chris Monteith wasn't able to play freshman, sophomore year, and now he's there starting on the defensive line. So
Parker Hoy, another one who'd suffered through some injuries, and he's out there this year.
And we talked about it after last week's win. More kids are wanting to come out and play.
Yes.
So, the numbers are trending up. You look at our roster of freshmen. Our roster doesn't even have freshmen listed on it. And I'm looking at Johnston City's roster. It's got freshmen through seniors.
Yes.
And we're comparable now in total numbers in a program. So now you're building that program. You're building your off-season weightlifting program. Kids are getting familiar with the offense. Like you said, this wasn't going to happen overnight where all of a sudden, oh, hey, look, here's CZRE 9-0. No, you're going to take wins when you can get them this year, and you keep building that. I've been a lot of GFL games. I'll give credit to Trevor Mauser, Jeremy Bradley, Clint Mayer. They have been coaching that group of kids since they were in 3rd and 4th grade.
Yes.
And they are winning consistently 6-7 games a year. Those kids, they work hard, they listen, they're learning how to play football correctly. So when they get here and they arrive and they've got all of our coaches here, they come in ready, and that's how
it's a continuation.
It's a continuation, and we know that our JV's got some talent.
Yep.
Mistakes cost us against El Dorado, but we know that we are right in that to the very end, and we can see there's lots of juniors that are going to come back next year. And I'm not trying to look too far ahead, but we got lots of juniors. We got lots of sophomores, some very talented freshmen, and you can see what's there in the 7th and 8th grade. There's no reason to believe that with Coach Rude starting this and getting this going, to think 4 to 5 years from now, where is this program at? It's probably going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're aiming for.
For those of you that weren't able to make the drive to El Dorado last Monday night, the JV Bearcats, they, as Skylar had said, had a few misfortunate penalties that cost us some big plays, so to speak. Had a chance to win the game at the end. Fell short, 15-20. But it was one of those games, Skylar, kind of like we were talking about here. Years past, we might have just kind of, put our heads down and pouted a little bit, and, oh, well, they're better than us. El Dorado had a big running back at varsity level. He was one of the main guys running, other than Henson.
Yeah.
He was number 17 for the Eagles, and he was 220-pound running back, and he was a bowling ball.
Yep.
And he was bigger than some of the linemen we had out there, and he was running as hard as he could. But our guys, at first he was running over us, but then we started realizing, you hit him, he's going to go down. Yep. And they started fighting. They got back into the game. I think Spencer Pettit, he had a huge game.
Yes.
He hauled down a pass there in the fourth quarter. It was a huge game. Ended up getting a score out of it on that play, or on the next play, I think it was. So yeah, as you're saying, there's some talent coming. And, that's in that sophomore group. We saw a lot of the freshmen that are stepping up. Dorian Reed had a real nice game out there, and he put in we got some real good yards going.
Some freshman offensive linemen.
Yep.
And defense. Like I said, your goal is your goal for Christopher, for CZRE now, is to win a game. Well, we got that check marked off our Bucks. Now it's to win a couple of games this year. And you eventually push that towards – we want to be in a playoff game. It's been go back to Nick Batts. I know Nick's probably tired of hearing us say it's almost like the '85 Bears. At what point do we move on from the 2008 Bearcats? And I do think that time is quickly approaching.
Yeah,
I think the community sees it. And when we talk about things like this, the community's starting to buy in. I looked over when I was on the sideline, and I said I couldn't remember the last time our band played the whole game. Our fans are staying. Everybody's into it. Everybody got to go on the field after the game. It's like that is what one win will do. And so when you stack a couple more, you get more community buy-in. You get more people involved. Kids are jealous because the other kids are showing up at school being like, what'd you do on Friday? Oh, yeah, we beat El Dorado.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Yeah, where were you at?
Where were you at? Yep. And it's that almost like that jealousy. I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're seeing is there's a lot of kids that they want to be a part of this.
Yep.
And, Coach Reed's done a good job. Coach Sherrill, we hear the kids talk about him all the time, how much fun they're having, because the coaches do have a very humorous side to them, but they've got that serious side. But, we're hearing a lot. But.
Yeah. And, Luke and I was talking last week, and you was talking about the crowd and the support and everything. And I think one of us made the comment, when was the last time you saw this many people's in the stand in the fourth quarter at Christopher at Span Field? When was the last time you had – we didn't have anybody leave. And then that carried over to Monday night. We had probably 150-plus fans that drove all the way to El Dorado.
Tons of varsity players made the trip to come support their
Exactly.
teammates.
We had a lot of the varsity kids. I saw Trip Fletcher there. I saw Noah Wilson there. I saw several others. And it was great that they're
supporting each other.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I am going to go off task here just for a little bit because – we're always up here for football, but I do like to bring the school aspect into this.
Yes.
And so, I'm going to give a special shout-out to a teacher out there. Not this past week, but the week before, on that short Fridays, we always do our drills at Christopher. And we do our fire drill or earthquake drill. And unfortunately, nowadays, in today's society, we have to do an active shooter drill.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate. And I know that causes kids to have, immense anxiety just because of what they hear, what they got to experience with. it is one of those things that my daughter really struggles with. And her teacher, Nick Batts, 7th grade, 8th grade history, kind of went that extra mile to kind of, I think, make her feel secure, make her feel safe, because even though they know it's a drill, it still gets them up. And so my shout-out, I'm going to give my 2 shout-outs. My one is my teacher, which is going to be Mr. Batts, for going the extra mile, in my opinion, to kind of just do what he can, because these teachers, people don't know about things like this, and they need to know that when you have teachers in our school system, which I believe they all do, they all care about your kids. They do things like this that people don't know about. So one shout-out to Nick Batts, again, being just an awesome guy all around, and a student in her classroom. I don't want to give her last name, but I'll just give her first name. People probably figured it out. But Bentley was also one that was kind of very supportive, and she once said I provided it as a bodyguard experience for my daughter and things like that. So it's good to see kids supporting other kids in situations like this. It's good to see teachers. I always say this, I feel like we've got, and I'm biased, I feel like we've got some of the best teachers in the grade school, the high school. They care about your kids. They spend money on your kids. You're an educator. Your wife's an educator. We know about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that nobody really knows about. And, our school system, our teachers are doing an amazing job. And a lot of times it's a thankful, you drop your kids off there in the morning and you're trusting them all day that these teachers are going to get my kids fed, make sure they're getting their bathroom breaks, making sure they're keeping them safe, they're teaching them. And, I have all the confidence in the world in our teachers at Christopher, and they do an amazing job. Yeah, amazing job. So, and
I'll just kind of add to that. I have been in many of those intruder drills, and I'm a 27-year veteran in education, and still I get a little bit nervous, even though I know that they are just a drill. And I commend Mr. Batts for going that extra mile there to make sure that all of his students felt at ease, that they knew that they were protected. So that's a great shout out right there. I know Mr. Batts is going to appreciate that, and just as an educator, I commend you for recognizing that. So excellent job, Skylar. All right, we're going to take like a 30-second break here. The teams have made it back onto the field. They're getting stretched back out. 35 seconds left in the halftime, and we'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Johnston City. The halftime here is over. We're getting ready to start the third quarter. Right now, it is the Johnston City Indians 22 and the CZRE Bearcats nothing. First half, we saw we had a few difficulties in the very first part of it, moving the ball, but the coaches found some stuff. They found a few things that worked for us. We was able to move the ball fairly good. Had an opportunity there at the end of the quarter, just came up short. Hopefully, we've made some more adjustments. The Indians have made defensive adjustments based on that last series that we had. So we're getting ready to kick off the second half of football here in Johnston City, and the Indians are getting ready to receive. They deferred to the second half, so it is their ball starting the second half. Logan Jackson is the kicker, he is the punter as well, and he's getting ready. And here we go. It's a line drive tick, and nice job. It ricocheted off of number 8, bounced back toward the Bearcats. A very well presence for number 10, Wyatt Henderson. Saw that ball coming right back at him, and he was able to get on it before the Bearcats could recover it. Nice. I liked that. I liked targeting somebody
That
with
was
a
rocket.
That was a rocket going at him. You're exactly right. Indians are going to take over at their 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Okay, we got still the 4 down linemen, and you got looks like 2-3 linebackers cheating up. So
Yeah.
we're loading up the box.
Now they're going to pitch it out. This is the first time I've seen this. Number 11 for the Indians, that's Trey Johnston. Trip Fletcher, as well as, let me see, 51, that's Brogan Mitchell in on the tackle for the Bearcats. Pickup of about 8 on the play. A little misdirect. That's something different. That's the first time we've seen anything other than that
Dive
up the middle or the wing back on the kind of reversal there. Right up the gut this time.
And that's what's so hard to defend with Johnston City is, for those watching at home, you can see it. They line up tight end to tight end, and, I mean, their stances are probably a couple inches apart. They've got their running back, their quarterback. Everybody's crowded at the line. I mean, they're basically going 10 blockers with the one running the ball against your front.
Mm-hmm.
And it just right now, we're just not getting that push.
Yep. Pickup of about 6 for the Indians gives them a 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Weaver moves in motion. It's going to be the back in number 33, I believe that was. That is Lightson. He's met by Brogan Mitchell once again, not before he picked up 4 on the play, though. Brings up 2nd, and they're calling it 7. Looks more like 6 to me, but
that's Rob Blondie out there in the white hat. We had him last week against El Dorado, so 2 for 2 in games having him officiate for us.
Wing back from the left side coming right. That's Trey Johnston for the Indians, and he follows his blockers on the right side, and he's going to pick up a solid 8 on the play. Real close to an Indians first down, just about a half a yard short. And then they move again, so it's right at 1 yard, 3rd and 1 from the 35-yard line. 9:45 here in the third quarter, and the Indians are once again marching down the field, picking up 5, 6, 8 at a time. It's going to be Weaver this time on the left side. Knifes his way through the line, but I think it might have been Noah Wilson who might have got a hand on him and kind of tripped him up. Yardage on the play is good for an Indians first down, though. Pickup of about 6 on the play. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Bearcats 29.
This offense is just so hard.
Yes, yeah.
To play against.
Noah Casey came in for the Bearcats, and Thomas Chevis came out, so give him a quick breather. And it's misdirection once again. We're tackling guys nowhere near the ball because no one really knew who had it. Finally, it was Noah Casey that made the tackle, but unfortunately it was about 8 yards downfield. Sims on the carry, pickup of 9 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 1 from the 20-yard line. I'll tell you what, they do a very good job of hiding who has the ball. Every one of them sell their routes, their assignments very, very well. Right up the gut once again. Lightson, the ball carrier. He goes right up the gut once again and picks up yardage for another Indians first down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Indians.
They're throwing everybody they can
Yeah.
in there on that defensive line to try to slow them down.
And, we went in, we got to stop Weaver. We got to stop Weaver. So what are they doing? It's Lightson, and it's other guys that are getting the ball now. And Couldn't see who was the carrier on that one.
15, Aiden Sims, the ball
Thomas Chevis on the tackle, as well as I think Gage Slakey was in on that one as well.
Sims, number 15, coming off. He's a junior, so
Okay.
we'll be trying to tackle him next year.
Yep. Number 33 Lights, and he's a big kid, and he literally is 1 yard off of the quarterback. So it's not like he's getting momentum and running. He's just getting that handoff and barreling right through the middle.
Second and 9 at the 10.
Second down, 9 to go for the Indians. Ball is sitting on the 10-yard line. It appears that they can get a first down without scoring. And no need, because Weaver just does what he does. He finds an opening on the right side, and he scampers in for the touchdown.
If anybody is listening, I don't know if they can hear that. That is not a train running through a booth. I'm seeing homemade DeWalt drills turned into train engines.
Yeah,
Right.
and they are literally directly below us.
Well, the biggest takeaway, from this, I just don't want kids, fans to be discouraged by this. This, yes, this is a good test to see where we're at,
End around on the 2-point conversion. Number 11, Trey Johnston, did a little reverse action there, pulled out one of the tricks out of the bag. 2-point conversion is good. That brings the score to 30-0 for the Indians with 6:44 left here in the third.
you just, I was trying to, what I was finished saying is you just don't want to be discouraged. Like, you knew this was going to be tough
Yep.
coming in. It's a state-ranked team, so like as we're saying, just don't get discouraged. Next week's a different opponent.
Yep.
It's going to be completely different. Kids are going to prepare all week for it. And I guarantee the outcome next week is going to be completely different. This Johnston City team will go 9-0 in the conference. When we look back at the end of the year, they're going to be 9-0. They beat Carmi 46-8 last week. We know Carmi's a playoff team. I mean, this Johnston City team is really that good. Don't get discouraged. To those listening at home, to those who are going to show up Friday night, we're going to be okay. We're taking our lumps tonight, but this is the best team that you got to face. So I expect a different result next week.
I agree with you. Next week we got Flora coming to Spanfield.
They're 2-0.
Yeah, they're not an easy game by no means, but again, I don't think they are the caliber of a team that this Johnston City Indians team is.
33 Marcus Lightson.
I mean, Johnston City is returning 2 or 3 kids that were all South last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got multiple linemen. They're going to be all conference, all South. So it's.
Yep.
Maybe it serves also kind of sometimes as a reality check for us. Like, hey, we won a game. Let's not get too big on ourselves.
Right.
Hey, this is a reminder. Brings us back down to earth. Say, hey, we got to work hard.
Yep. Lightson getting ready to kick off to the Bearcats. Same lineup as we've had on our returns the whole night. So another line drive. Up comes Landon Butler with it. He's looking for some room, dances around, scores up the middle, breaks the tackle. He's got the edge. He's got one man to beat. It's Lightson. He makes a move on him. Finally brought down by number 62 for the Indians at the 40-yard line. Nice return by Landon Butler once again.
I'm assuming Johnston City's head coach was probably like, all right, I'm up 30-0. Let's see what my coverage can do.
Yeah,
and we're telling you, they're going to start. Teams will start kicking away from him, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Oh, they called a holding penalty against us?
Never seen the flag come out.
Yeah, well, they're talking. And
yeah, I see them pointing in where it's the spot of the foul.
Refs at the 40.
Yeah, so nice run by Landon. Unfortunately, we had either a holding or a block in the back on the return. So that's going to bring it back significantly. The ball looks like it's going to be placed at about the 40-yard line. Is that correct?
Yep, the 40. That's where they're.
Or is that where they're marking it from?
Well, he keeps moving back.
Yeah. All right, so it's going way back, guys. It looks like it's going to be at the 30-yard line. So that's probably, a 30-yard penalty against the Bearcats.
Yep, that's the mistakes we've got to continue to clean up, which for the most part we have played a pretty clean football game.
Yep.
Penalty-wise, but that's a costly.
Yeah, those are their mistakes we just can't have, especially against a team like this. Trip Fletcher on the handoff. He had a nice little hole on the left side. He scampers his way up for about 8 yards on the carry. Here's some scores from around the area. Carterville up 14-6 over Nashville. CZRE 20-8 over Hamco. DuQuoin up big, 41-0 over Harrisburg. That was supposed to be Harrisburg is supposed to be an up-and-coming team, and DuQuoin just kind of having their way there. West Frankfort 22-8 over Heron. Mount Vernon 25-14 over Carbondale, and Murphy up big, 20-0 over AJ. Benton Rangers are up 49-0 over Robinson. And Chester 39-7 over Pinckneyville. Savita takes the snap, but it looks like we got a little false start here.
And see, now this is where you're at that point in the game. You got 5 minutes left in the third quarter. You want to avoid these mistakes, avoid getting sloppy, keep playing hard, keep playing through this. But okay. I stand corrected.
I thought it was against us as
well.
well.
He made the motion.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess it was offsides on the Indians. I thought the exact same thing as you did. Well, we'll take everything Skylar said back on that, or he's getting ready to say, and we're going to say first and 10 for the Bearcats. Ball is at the 44-yard line. Bearcats 44. Savita is going to drop back to pass. Big 59's coming after him. Nowhere to go. He scrambles out to his left. He finally finds a man. He had Leo Tucker, and number 22, Weaver, was there to knock the ball away at the last second. Savita did a good job of creating time, giving his receiver an opportunity to come back to him and get open. Unfortunately, Weaver's he's an incredible football player on both sides of the field, so he made a nice play on that.
And, compared to last week, he's just not had a lot of time to throw tonight.
No.
He had a lot more time last week. You could find receivers had time to run routes. It's just not there tonight.
That's Fletcher in motion. We're going to look for another pass. This time it's going to be to Schlake. 5-yard reception, and he fumbles the ball. Luckily, it looks like the Bearcats might have recovered it. Can't tell who it is just yet.
Looking for a hand up.
Yep. Can you tell who that is? Landon Butler.
LB, yep.
LB was there. He was right spot at the right time.
There was a fumble on the play. It was recovered by the Bearcats.
Well, the fumble actually gave us an extra 4 yards on it, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Schlake was just trying to make a move, and the ball just got away from him. Luckily, LB was there to recover that. Is one of those no harm, no fouls.
At the same time, I know maybe we're talking about minor things here, but in the minor things of the big picture, LB's hustling downfield. He's recovering that football. He's trying to save it down.
Yep.
You're down 30-0. There's plenty of kids out there who would be like, I'm not giving up my ball. They just would watch Johnston City recover it. LB's out there diving it head first.
Yeah.
And
he was in the deep route on that. Schlake was the underneath man. Schlake got the ball, and LB did. He was coming back. He was going to try to give Schlake a chance, give him a block or something, and he was right, like you said. He's continuing to play, and he made his way back. So they just did a measurement on the play, and the yardage is good enough for a Bearcats first down. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. So putting some yards together once again. Yep. We're moving the ball. It's just we've got to be able to punch it in.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats at 46.
I'd like to see us go back to Hunter Hammonds maybe for a play or two. Give him a dive up the middle, give him something different to look at.
And I believe that's him in the backfield right now.
We've thrown the ball a couple of times. Maybe they've loosened up that front a little bit.
Linebackers aren't so close up in the box as they were. They've dropped back a little bit because they now have to respect that. Savita drops back to pass once again. It's a deep ball to Slakey, and he overthrew him just a little bit. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats.
He had good time there. He was able to stop, set his feet.
Yeah.
Just
a little strong.
Yep.
There, Johnston City had a defender there. I don't know if it would have been on target, if it would have been a completion or not. But can't make them. We're not. No one here is pro, so they're gonna not make them as easy as possible here. All right, we got. Looks like Leo Tucker out wide. Savita is split in the middle, and Fletcher moves in motion. It's another pass. Savita drops back. He looking for Butler, nothing there, and he finally just runs out of bounds. Did I miss that? Did he make that pass?
He did, yeah.
Wow, I never saw the ball come out. All right, well, good. It was Butler with the reception. I saw him open there, but I never saw the ball come out. Pick up about 5 on the play, according to the marks. Going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Bearcats.
Making it manageable here.
Yep. Down 20 or 30 to nothing. You have to move it. However, I think it's going to be pass. You're going to be pass dependent here for a little bit. Fletcher in motion once again. It's going to be a handoff this time to Hammonds. He's a strong runner. He carries a couple Indians with him for about a 3-yard pickup. I'm going to bring up 4th down for the Bearcats, though. Ball stop at the 40-yard line.
You're probably, I think you're passing, or you're probably, okay, we're going to take time out, but probably giving it to Gage. Maybe Gage Flake on an end, or LB, maybe try to get back outside.
For those wing back in motion coming through, get the handoff, perhaps.
Again, just a reminder, for those of you watching, streaming the game at home, our sponsors are all on the bottom left corner. Proud supporters of Bearcat Athletics, as you can kind of see them. Tiffany Hobbs, who's our we're going to call it streaming club guru, her
media specialist,
her, Luke, everything. They've been working to get all this stuff done, but we've got a lot of our sponsors from Christopher, from Ziegler, from Royalton, from everybody's all bought in on this and supporting this. So again, thank you to our sponsors.
A lot of great businesses, a lot of great clubs that are sponsoring there, and it's great for that the community is here to support us in these as well.
And many of these places probably are streaming the game, so any of the places have got it on tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and unfortunately, no, you're not enjoying the outcome, but do they not? Am I not mistaken? I'm kind of almost afraid to ask, but I believe they do a jump around version similar to Wisconsin here at the end of the third.
Yeah, they do.
I'm kind of worried how that's
it's going to get loud here in a few minutes, folks. In about 3:38, because 4th down and 3 for the Bearcats. This is a big play. Savita under center takes the snap, looking to pass. He's got somebody deep. It's Slakey over the middle. Nice sliding catch for the 1st down for the Bearcats. And I think, honestly, if that ball would have been up, Slakey ran all the way in. There was no one near him. He had to go down and get it, gave himself up to get the pass.
The line's starting to kind of, we're giving a little more time. The pass rush is not getting through there as much as it was. He's having time now to stop, set his feet, plant, survey the field.
Nice 1st down pickup for the Bearcats, coming off of 4th and 3. So now it is 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Savita under center, Fletcher in motion. Savita once again is looking to pass. He's got pressure. Nice block there by Hunter Hammonds. Big number 76 for the Indians was closing in on Savita, and Hunter Hammonds put a nice block to protect his quarterback on that. Unfortunately, pass was incomplete to Leo Tucker, but kudos to Hunter there for taking that the blunt of that for protect his quarterback. Brings up 2nd down and 10. We got 2:51 left here in the third quarter in Johnston City. Indians are up 30-0 over your Bearcats. 2nd down and 10. Savita under center. Fletcher once again in motion. Another pass play. Savita's looking. He's got Leo Tucker. Nice catch by Leo Tucker. Goes up and gets that. He had 2 Indians draped on him, and he comes up with the catch.
That's another Moss.
Awesome. That is 2 great receptions that we've seen here tonight. Leo had to go up high to get that one. We do have an injured Indian on the play. It looks like we might have some cramps going on, leg cramp.
That was a very last week Leo made that great catch on the sideline. Keep that drive alive that we ended up scoring on. He's got good hands.
Yes, he does.
Actually, all of our receivers do. We got a really good group of receivers that can really go catch the ball.
Yeah, I agree with you. And 2 of our best receivers from last year are now in the backfield as running backs. So we can definitely catch a ball. We'll let the old man have the chair. We got 1 chair here in the booth, and we'll give the old timer over there.
Oh. My knees could use a rest.
Oh, yeah, I understand. All right, it's 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. We have a timeout on the field. I'm not exactly sure who called the timeout. We were commenting on the previous play, and I never saw the signal. But it is 1st and 10 for the Bearcats, sitting on the Indians' 15-yard line. We were here earlier. We didn't get it in. So this time, we have to get this ball in. We have to get points out of this at this point, in my opinion. Got Hunter Hammonds in the backfield. Fletcher and Butler are in the wings, and you got Schlakey out spread. Savita is looking for Schlakey. Goes up, knocked it down, intercepted on the tip by Weaver. Looked like an Indian, couldn't tell who it was, had tipped the ball away, and Weaver made a nice diving catch in the end zone, come up with the interception.
I saw 2 or 3 Johnson City go up with 2 of our receivers, and it's one of those, you hope it almost gets knocked down, but knocked right up. And
yeah, it held up long enough for Weaver to come back to it, make the nice diving catch.
1st and 10 Indians at their own 20.
Well, that's 2 times in the red zone and come up empty both times. Again, you got to give credit to the Johnson City Indians defense. They bend, but they have not broke yet.
Nope.
Fumble on the play, but I think the Indians recovered it real quickly. I think it was number 11. Is that Johnson? Yeah, Trey Johnson for the Indians. Just a bad handoff, bad exchange, and he fell on it instantly.
I know, they're going to look at that last drive, and be like, they pass. We've not run Tripp as much as, it's a long season. We got 7 more games to go. Tripp took a lot of carries last week, took a lot of hits. So, if it's not working and you're finding something else, those are all hits that Tripp's going to save, and he's going to have when we're in a close game.
Johnson makes up for the mishandle from the play before. He finds the seam up the middle, breaks it to the left, and he's going to finally be brought down after an 11-yard gain.
First down Indians at the 33 after a 15.
1:28 left here in the third. Interesting thing, I was talking with Coach, and he made the comment. He said, we was trying to find footage on the Indians punt team and things. He goes, I couldn't find anything punt-wise for 5 seasons. He said, I don't think they punted the ball in 5 seasons. So he said they just are so efficient with the ball that they just don't punt.
Yeah.
To the 39-yard line, gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
So we got a sophomore now in at linebacker. I think number 5, am I mistaken? That's Bryden Huey.
Yeah,
so
Brighton's getting to see a little bit of the field, give some of these guys taking a beating.
We've talked about how it's been strictly juniors and seniors.
Yep.
That was Coach Rude by design, did not really want to get underclassmen involved, which is kind of the way it should be. But Bryden's seeing some minutes out there, which is good.
Yeah, and he gave Hunter Hammond some break last week in the El Dorado game and made some nice plays as well. Weaver on the carry picks up about 10 on the play, finally driven out of bounds by Trip Fletcher and Landon Butler. And Butler's slow getting up on the sidelines.
And I think we got another cramp issue.
Yep. Indian players were trying to help him up, and he just couldn't get up. Trainers over there, and like you said, it's not hot, but these guys are playing a lot of minutes, and they're not hydrating quite like they need to for the amount of running and the tackling and the hitting that they're doing. So it takes a toll on the body after a while.
And I've seen where they were talking about the next couple of Fridays. We're back to summer's not gone away yet.
No. Next weekend's going to be pretty hot, from my understanding.
As nice as the weather has been the first 2 weeks, which when you're sitting in that tin box in our home stadium, or there's no air conditioning or anything.
Yep.
That's Coach Bays walking across the field, checking on his player. Yeah, he's up on his feet. There we go. Just some cramps. Yeah, they're athletic trainers right there. LB's played offense, defense, special teams. He hardly ever comes off the field.
He may get a play here and there off.
So, that's – I'm not surprised to see something like, hey, you got some cramps. He's taking a beating. He's carried the ball. He's trying to catch passes, returning kids.
First and 10 Indians at their own 48.
He's giving everything he has.
Yes.
And that's all you can ask for from these kids, is just to give everything you got. Johnson with the carry. He busted up the middle, breaks a tackle. Finally driven down by number 4 for the Bearcats, Johnny Gaddis. But that was a huge pickup, probably 25 yards for Johnson on the carry. They're going to let this clock run out on this half, or in this quarter rather. There's 9 seconds left. So
I have seen 16 Spencer Pettit, another sophomore, in there. So Coach Rude and them, they're kind of getting. We're getting to that point where it's 30-0. You're headed to the 4th.
Yeah.
You've had some guys.
And Johnston City's going to start putting some subs in as well.
So you're wanting to preserve some people for next week.
Yep. And you're giving some of those younger guys a little bit of varsity experience, which is very valuable in its own right.
But, here's my takeaway from this game so far is, and here comes.
Yep, here it comes.
Here comes jump around. So I'm really kind of. They really do a good job out here.
Yeah.
Fans can probably even see some of the glow sticks and everything. But, my takeaway kind of with this game is I think back to where we were as a team last year. And granted, I know we had to play, it's a different team, different system, all that style, and a different Johnston City team than it was. But, it was 30-0 in the first quarter.
Yes.
That we had a running clock in the first half.
Yes. And I think it ended up 56-0, wasn't it?
And we're at 30-0. I'm going to say, well, it's not. I know, some people don't believe in moral victories, but it's 30-0. We're still competing. We're still moving the ball.
Yeah.
Our kids are doing everything they can to put some points on the board. We've still got the majority of our starters in there, and so that's why I'm saying it's. Yes, I know people want to maybe think we come out and shock the world, pull an upset, but at the same time, we're out there, we're still competing, and I mean overall, it's kind of disappointing, but there's enough things I think you've seen. You can make enough corrections next week to be ready for Florida.
Absolutely, and I think the coaches have started to stumble onto a few things. Hunter Hammond's getting him more involved. You getting Leo Tucker involved a little bit more. Weaver kind of finds his way, gets lost in traffic on the snap, bust out from behind one of his linemen, and then punches it in for the 15-yard TD run. And
I think this is also going to be one of, fans are also going to realize, how fortunate we are to have somebody like Coach Rude, because, Coach Rude's is not used to being on this side of the scoreboard.
No.
Of a 36-0. But he's going to know how to rally these kids, get them ready. This is one of those games you'd sometimes just say, guys, we'll watch a little bit of game film, but we're not.
2-point conversion. It's going to go to Weaver. He busted outside, and he goes into the end zone untouched. Brings the score 38-0 for the Indians. We got 11:53 here in the fourth quarter. So, again, I kind of think we're going to start seeing some of the underclassmen, some of the upperclassmen who don't play much on both teams. I think you're going to start seeing a little bit more of it.
Yeah. You're going to want to save some of those runs.
Yep.
For next week.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree.
I will say, looking across over at our fan, we did have a pretty good turnout from Christopher, because if you look all the way down there,
yes.
And I know we got people in the end zone. We had a pretty good turnout tonight. Come to make the trip. So hopefully we see everybody there next week.
Yeah, and next week it is Flora. They do have a good football team, but again, I honestly thought that El Dorado had a good football team as well, and we came out on top on that game.
I think next week's the week where we really find out about ourselves.
I agree.
Like Flora is kind of that team. Are they middle of the pack? Are they the better team in the conference? Or 2-0? They beat CZRE, they beat Carmi, so we know they've got some talent. I think next week we really find out what we're made of and where this season can really go.
Yep.
And I think we're going to have a huge turnout there.
Line drive kick. It's going to go to number 4. That's yeah, Johnny. I can never remember which one's which. Johnny Gaddis on the carry. He brings it up about 10 yards, brought down about the 40, I think.
I saw Johnston City's going to get a flag on that one. I saw a late hit by one of their defenders out there. It was a junior trying for Johnston City. I'm not going to say his number, but coach is just, you could probably see the coach.
Yeah, coach is up in his ear.
Letting him have an earful right there.
And, give credit
and the other coaches letting him have an earful.
Yep. Credit to the coaches. Unacceptable behaviors and an unacceptable penalty, and they're making their point. Learn a lesson right there. So,
well, and the score matters because Johnston City gave up 8 last week. They haven't given up any this week.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes time for playoff seeding, they want to be able to sit there and say like, "Hey, we only gave up this many points." I always joke about. I talk to I'll go back to someday. I joke with Trevor Mazur. We're always joking about how many points your defense give. How many my goal is 0 every week. And he's like at the end of the season I want to look back and say like we've given up the least amount of points.
Yep.
So it's no different like that here.
Exactly. Savita under center. Handoff goes to Landon Butler. He's got the edge. He's got the sideline at the 10. He's driven out of bounds at the 5 by Weaver. Nice run. Landon Butler got around the edge. A big, probably, I would say, about a 35-yard pickup on that play.
And there's 2 seniors in the 38-0 game, both one running the ball, trying to get in, the other one doing everything they can to stop. I mean, they're just, this game still means something to both of these teams, even at this point.
Exactly. And like you said, these seniors, it means everything to them. Every game, every play matters to them. 11:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Just got it underway. 38-0 Indians over the Bearcats. First and goal for the Bearcats from the 4-yard line. So here we go. We're Third trip into the red zone. Let's see what we can do. Can we get it in this time? It's going to be Hammonds.
Get in there, Hunter.
He's going to fight for it. Looks like he's about 1 yard short, just at the goal line, finally brought down.
Go right back to that play.
Yeah.
I mean, he is right there on it.
Yeah, that ball is inches. It's second in inches for the Bearcats.
And then I just saw Johnston bring in some big.
Yeah, they got their goal line. They got their goal line defense coming in.
See, there's what is it, 66? I
Yep.
see 76. I mean, they're going stock. Really like to see our offense put one in here. Just be rewarded for
Yep, hard work. Keep not giving up. It's Hammonds in the backfield, along with Tripp Fletcher, and it's Hammonds with the handoff, and he's stuffed. Probably a yard loss on the play. That one, there wasn't anywhere to go for Hunter on that one. 2 yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 2 for the Bearcats.
This is where your linemen got to dig deep. You've been pushed around all night.
Yep.
Get one in here. Like, this is where I'm going to give everything I got. Like we said, it's 38-0. You never know. Coaches may start putting fire off. Let's get one in here.
And with all of the beef that the Indians brought in on the goal line there, you almost think you got to go outside, sweep it or something.
And they're going to – Johnston City took a timeout.
Yeah, Johnston City took a timeout. I think that's their second timeout of the half, if I'm not mistaken. The scoreboard here does not have timeouts on it, so we're kind of flying blind on that. But I do believe that's Johnston City's second timeout. 10-11 here in the fourth quarter, 38-0 Indians over the Bearcats.
Chuck, who you got for the Super Bowl this year? Let's switch to the NFL. I know your Cowboys didn't play terrible.
They didn't play terrible.
But give me some picks. What do you got?
Obviously I'm going to say the Cowboys, but I'm telling you, Baltimore, to me, they're just that team that's so close every year. They're going to put it together eventually.
Yep.
On the NFC side, it can be wide open. The Eagles didn't look as good as they have in the past. They lost a lot of guys on that defensive line, and that line – I am a Cowboys fan, and they're not. They haven't been a running team in a while, but the Cowboys were able to run against that line last night. So Eagles maybe be in there. You can never. There's always going to be that one team that kind of surprises people. So Hunter Hammonds on the carry. He's going to punch it in for the score.
Schlake over there in the reverse. I got tricked by that too. Gage Schlake.
It was Gage Schlake that carried it. I saw Hunter Hammonds go high, jump over the line. I thought he had the ball.
Well, you said swing to the outside. They're probably trying to do everything they can.
Yep.
But now that's encouraging. That's good to see.
Absolutely. We got the ball in. Third time's a charm. Got the play in. All right, so it's going to be Logan Jackson on the extra point field goal attempt. Liam Montgomery's the holder. Snap is good. Snap is down. The kick is good.
What?
And wide is...
Kick is no good. The score with 10:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Johnston Indians 38, CZRE Bearcats 6.
Well, they called that a no-good kick. From here, I saw a ball and I saw a goalpost on the other side of the ball, but apparently...
I saw the official looking straight up,
and the referee in the backfield is the one that called it no good.
I don't know.
I'm not so sure about that.
Everything looked good to me.
Yep. In our minds, we're going to give that to him.
I'm giving it to
Yep.
him.
That'll be a question when I get home. We'll have to ask Liam if it was good or not.
Yep.
I mean, the snap was good. The hold was good. The flight of the ball looked good.
Looked good to me. Coach Sherrill's in the booth next to us. He runs the special teams. I guess we will.
He's not coming apart over there, so I guess he's not upset. We shouldn't be either.
We're going to have to come up with a nickname for Logan. Kicker's always got a nickname, and
well, what was it? The Golden Toe's already taken. So Jeremy Bradley owns
Golden
that.
Toe, and he passed it on to Jared Thompson, who was True Toe.
True Toe.
So, and then we sit there and we make that comment. He kicks it out.
He kicks it out of bounds.
Kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I was trying to give him a nickname, and then he puts me on the spot like that. Jeremy Bradley still tells me he can kick a 25, 30-yarder. I'm not so convinced.
I've seen Jeremy out in the backyard playing with the boys and whatnot, and he's kicked a few. Yeah,
okay.
I bet he can probably still do it.
Okay. Yeah, they still got the same senior. I mean, they've got all their stars still in that backfield. They are not letting up either.
No, they're coming full force at us here, up 38-6, excuse me. And it's Weaver. He's got room on the outside. He hits a block. Johnny Gaddis is finally going to ride him down after a big gain. There is a penalty flag in the backfield, and I honestly think this is going to go against the Bearcats.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's an unsportsmanlike. It was 25 yards away from the play. One of those that was completely unnecessary.
And Coach Bays is already having a word with him and probably explaining, completely unnecessary.
And, we had Johnston City kid that made a mental mistake, and the coaches were on him to correct him. Coach Bays just did the same exact thing on our boy that made that that penalty, that mistake. Indians are going to have a 1st and 10 from the Bearcats 35-yard line, so a big gain plus an extra 15 on the play. So 15, the ball carrier, he's got through some room. Drags a couple of Bearcats with him. Finally brought down by number 51. That is Brogan Mitchell for the Bearcats. But about an 18-yard carry and a first down for the Indians. 9:33 left here in the final quarter of play. 38-6 for the Indians.
Kind of getting close to that time in the game where now you just – we always talk about, when you rotate subs in because you don't want to see anybody get hurt. We want to have everybody ready to go next week, but it's a fine line between still competing, playing your starters, getting them used to that 4 quarters. But
and a part of me thinks they're trying to get running clock. Because they get this in the 2-point, and they'll be up 40, and that'll trigger it.
Penalty marker.
Got a flag on the play.
It's on Johnston City, and
the delayed game penalty moves the ball back.
Okay.
I think this referee crew is ready to get this game over because he started the clock before the ball was even moved.
That's Robbie.
He's ready to go home. Little swing pass out to Weaver. He makes a move on Hammonds, but Trip Fletcher and Landon Butler and Brighton Huey are there to make the tackle. Looks like a loss of 1 on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Indians.
And Johnston City, they're using up that play clock. They're grinding it down. To dive up the middle.
That's
Lightson.
Yep, number 33. Took about 5 Bearcats to finally bring him down. Noah Wilson and Gage Lakey, Mitchell, all in the middle of that one.
A good gang tackle there.
Yeah, they was all flowing to the ball. Lightson got about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8, so to say.
which we know they're 4 down. Well, they do have a kicker. They may try a field goal just to get somewhere. They've gone for 2 every time. They've not seen them try to kick anything tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to get a stop here first.
Hand off to Weaver. He's up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle. Scampers into the end zone for another touchdown. Is that his 4th touchdown for tonight?
I think so.
18-yard carry for Weaver.
And here they are going to kick the.
Yeah.
See him, Lightson's putting on the kicking shoe. Which
would not get us to running clock if he.
So I'm guessing there that they. This may be one of those. They want to get some of their younger guys some reps.
Yep.
Because once
yeah,
that running
because I'm watching Johnston City, and a lot of the younger guys are strapping on their helmets right now. So I was feeling that they're going to, and one of their coaches is starting to talking to different kids. So I'd say that they're probably going to play some of the underclassmen over on the Johnston City side of the ball.
Timeout, Indians.
Busy time in Christopher Sports right now. We got our volleyball teams, which I know they're picking up some wins. Coach Hobbs, Coach House, their volleyball's active. Cross country's going on. We know a lot of the kids running in that. And golf.
Yes.
We got golf going on. Junior high baseball, softball. I think our junior high softball's got a really impressive record right now. We're just
I saw that was a Gage Mauser that threw a no-hitter the other day.
Yeah.
I believe that was against Waltonville, I think it was.
They're always tough. That's
yeah,
good to
they're
see.
always a good program, and that's great for him, great for the team.
I saw Micah Snell was talking to her, and her daughter finished first, beat the whole West Frankfort team, I think, by herself in a golf tournament. So, I mean, we got some kids doing some good work out there.
That's great. That's great. All right, Johnston City's lining up for the field goal point after attempt. The snap is a little high, but brought down, and Lightson is able to drive it straight down the middle. So our score is 44-6. Indians, 45-6. Indians on top of the Bearcats. 7:02 left here in the 4th quarter.
Indians drove 65 yards, 5 plays. The drive took 3 minutes, 4 seconds. The touchdown was a 19-yard run by Jace Weaver. The extra point kick was added by Marcus Lightson.
I wonder who their stats keeper is over there, because they're doing a good job of knowing exactly the yardages and the plays and times. If it's the announcer, he's incredible, because you and I struggle just to keep up with the play, and they got all of the stats and everything.
Yes.
They're doing an outstanding job on the PA system here.
Do a little switch here. Yeah, I moved Gage and Landon up and moved.
Looks like we got Spencer Pettit up on the front line. Gunnar Schlakey is kind of our up back guy, so to speak. And yeah, you moved some of your deep guys are now at the 2nd level. It looks like, or 3rd level rather. Lightson on the kick, and it's a deep kick this time, and it's going to go to Johnny Gaddis. He takes it at the 15-yard line, busted up the middle, fights off a couple tacklers, and brings it out to the 40-yard line. So nice return for Johnny Gaddis.
About 23 yards.
About 20, they're saying 23, 25 yards. We do have a Indian on the ground, slow getting up. Teammates helping him. Looks like it might be another cramp.
That's a the way he's trying to walk.
It's not working for him.
No.
That is not working for him. Well, the Bearcats have brought their starters back out, and the Indians have their starters still on the field. So I guess the idea of getting some of the younger guys some experience is not happening tonight.
I've seen a few of JC's starters pull, but not many.
Yeah, you still got Lightson out there. You still got Weaver out there. You still got Johnston out there. And was that Landon Butler? Yeah, he thought he had a seam, and then it closed up really, really quickly. Yeah. Brought down by Lightson, probably let's see where the spot is. That's going to be a 5-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, now he's starting to pull a few.
Yeah.
There comes Weaver.
Lightson, or not Lightson, but Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson, 10,
There's
who
Lightson.
is, yeah. Henderson's been out there most of the game. He came out as well.
Yep, seeing some freshmen and sophomores in that front defensive line right now.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot smaller than they were. They're still tough to move.
Hey, I was going to say number 17 is a freshman, Jake Davis, and I just saw him make that tackle for Johnston City.
Yeah, 6'1", 170-pound freshman. So he's getting him a little of experience. We'll see. You and I will see him on Monday night. See a lot of him. I guarantee you.
75 out there. That's Briarbeck. That's a sophomore.
Yep.
57's Case Grant. He's a sophomore. I mean, that's a sophomore. That's a sophomore line right there, defensive line.
Yep. So that's what we're going to be looking at on Monday night. Schlakey on the end around. He's got room. Had a block by Leo Tucker. Nice block. Schlakey makes another move. Finally driven out of bounds and brought down at the 26-yard line. Nice pickup for Schlakey. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats at the Indian 27-yard line. 5:05 left here in the final quarter of play. 45-6 in favor of the Indians. Number 9, Landon Walker, is in for the Bearcats. Fletcher in the backfield. Landon Butler on the carry. Coming to our side here. Picks up about 5 yards. Finally brought down by number 14. That is Braden McGee, a junior for the Indians. Pick up a 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. Ball is on the 22-yard line. 4:13 and counting on the play, on the game clock rather. Frankie Guerrera out wide right. Fletcher and Schlakey in the backfield. Schlakey on the carry. He's going to the left side. Follows a block.
Huge block by
Nice little move on Schlakey. Trying to fight for more yardage. Finally driven out of bounds about the 7-yard line.
There was a good effort by Noah Wilson blocking, and Schlakey was going to make 9 or 10 Indian drain, and he's slow to get up. I mean, I get it. He's probably worn out at this point.
Yep, exactly.
He gets back up, though. I mean, he's there.
And there's another Indian on the ground as well, and they're looking at him for cramps as well. Nice pickup by Schlakey. Got it inside of the 10-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 9.5-yard line. 3:48 left here in the game. We got stoppage for a Indian down on the field. Trainers out there trying to get work the cramp out for him. I just got an alert. Where's Luke at? We just got an alert that at 9:11 we'll be getting some rain here. I don't see it, but that's what the Weather Channel's telling us. All right, the Indian player is walking off the field on his own. Bearcats are lining up 1st and goal. Hammonds is in the backfield along with Butler. The handoff goes to Butler. He follows his blocker, number 51, Mitchell, and he gets to the corner, in for the score. Bearcats score. Landon Butler on the 9-yard carry.
I did hear him just say JV offense right here.
That was the Johnston City coach.
Yeah. You know, if I were to, I know sometimes they say, well, you can't give a player of the game in a loss, but I would have to say if I'm picking one tonight, Landon Butler is definitely deserving of that.
Yeah.
He's had, I think, a pretty well.
Snap is good.
Hey,
the hold is good, and apparently that one was better this time around.
Coach Sherrill looked pretty happy after that one.
So the extra point is good. 45-13 in favor of the Indians over the CZRE Bearcats. 3:33 left here in the 4th. To add to what you were saying, Skylar, I think that I'm going to give a player of the game in this one. I'm going to give it to Hunter Hammonds.
I like that.
I think both of those kids played their hearts out. Hunter Hammonds really stepped up in this game. Played a lot at that running back position, and we haven't seen him there this year. And I think he did an outstanding job and gave us some tough yards tonight.
I think that's an excellent comparison because we had two guys step up offensively with LB and with Hunter. Carrying the ball. They're both playing defense too. Hunter's going to give you something now that you can add to your mix next week against Flora. And you know, like I said, here we are. You know, LB's running there towards the very end. I think Hunter Hammonds was in there trying to be a decoy. So I think we picked it correct. I'm good with that. I
agree. And, you know, here's what we got to look at for Flora. Now they're going to so they saw, well, if you stop Fletcher, you know, they're going to struggle running the ball. But then you got Hunter that came in, then you got Landon that came in, and now they're going to have to game plan which one of them are we going to stop, or how are we going to stop all three of them. And especially Logan Jackson's kick, again, is kicked out of bounds, so that's going to add some yardage to the net on that kick.
If he keeps that up, we're going to have Liam holding the kickoff for him.
Yeah, I think so.
He
kicks straight. He kicks straight off the for the extra point, but he just seems to everything goes to the right whenever he's kicking off of the tee. So that's something I guarantee you Coach Sherrill is going to be working with. He's still only a sophomore. He's got a great leg, and he can kick the ball. It's just more of kicking's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of work. So I know they're going to be working on that in practice as well. Number 14, that's Brandon McGee for the carry on for the Indians.
That's a junior running the ball. So.
Yeah. Gage Lakey on the tackle. He's kind of holding his arm a little funny. Might have a little stinger, or might be an elbow landing on it wrong or something. So
Gage is taking a lot of hits now. Carried the ball a lot. Been involved a lot of it on defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's gutted it out definitely. He's another one of those guys who just giving it all out there.
Yeah, he is. He had that huge catch in the second quarter. Indians come left side, brought down by several Bearcats. Abram Thomas-Chevis, that is 81. Brody Richardson. And Abram was in on that tackle as well. So both of them on that one there.
I think Johnson's goal right here, they're probably just trying to run out the clock.
Yep. Keep it in bounds.
Keep it in bounds. Keep it moving forward. If you break one, you break one. But, just it's their offense getting some reps against what they're going to see on Monday for a lot of their players.
Two-yard pickup on the carry for the Indians.
I do see, if you look out there, number 20 for Johnston City. It's got a familiar last name, Basenberg.
Yes.
That is Will's son, who was part of the couple of playoff teams for the Bearcats. So I know that's going to ring a bell with some of our Christopher listeners right there. You can see number 20.
Playing in the left wing back spot.
Yep.
And he gets the carry. And he's fighting for every yard he gets. Looks like
he's faster than his dad.
Number 76, that is Xavier Miller, the tackler for the Bearcats. He had his arms around Basenberger, and he just kept driving. Yeah. And Miller's not a small guy, so nice run by the by the Indians running back here. And it's a quarterback keeper. He's going to go right side.
And I bet that's a first. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, that should be the ball game.
Probably will be kneeling on it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He may try to get one more play in, but Robbie's winding that clock as quickly as possible.
Yep.
I'm guessing they're going to do one more kneel down chuck, or they'll do a kneel down chuck, or they're going to wait and run one more play after the 40-second clock will start.
45 on the play clock, 41 on the game clock, 16 on the play clock. They're going to milk this down as far as possible. Handoff, well, what do we know? Handoff up the middle, that's number 13 for the Indians, and Leo Tucker in there as a cornerback, and he wraps him up and drives him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 3-yard pickup there for the Indians.
That's going to do it.
This is going to be it right here. There's no need to run a play. 10 seconds left in this. Teams are lining up for the handshake, and the Indians crowd is letting their team know that they're there to support them.
You know, this is one of those.
But if we can't hear them, but if you look at our Bearcat fans, they're up on their feet as well, and they're giving a round of applause to our players as well. So they're very supportive of what these boys have done today.
Yes. Effort was there. Seniors are playing all the way through to the final tick. This is still encouraging. Again, we need everybody in Christopher out on Friday night, 7 o'clock, Spanfield against Flora. We need all the support. Tailgating starts at 5.
Yeah.
Get out there.
Come on out,
Grill
folks.
a hot dog.
It's going to be nice. It's going to be a great game. The boys feed off of your energy. We saw it in the booth on last Friday night. The energy was amazing. The kids felt it. They need everybody to come out and support us. Come to Spanfield. See the Bearcats take on Flora next week.
2 games this week. We got Johnson City on Monday for the JV. That'll be a 6
o'clock game.
6 o'clock start time. So, Bearcat fans, you get 2 games this week. Get out there and come see our boys.
Absolutely. Those JV Bearcats, they're young, but they're a pretty solid team themselves. They got some of the sophomores who played a lot of JV football last season and leading that way for our JV squad. All right, it's a final here in Johnson City. The Indians 45 and the CZRE Bearcats 13. This is Chuck Montgomery with Skylar Stevens, wishing everybody a great night and be safe out there. Hope to see everybody at Spanfield Monday night for the JV Bearcats against Johnson City, and then on Friday night at Spanfield 7 o'clock start time against Flora. So hope to see everybody there, and good night to all.